And that's the reason why I don't want people to not see it over the phone. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you, this is not in our PowerPoint presentation, but let me tell you what makes an effective presentation. Okay, you know how you are when you start and you present the business to people, and then they don't join or they don't get involved with the business, and you're angry, right? I mean, it's human nature. Oh man, what an idiot! Can't he see that this? You get angry, you get fired up. But let me tell you, I've gotten to the point where when I present the business to someone, whether one-on-one or in a crowd, and for some reason the guy doesn't see the business and walks away, I actually feel sorry for the guy. How many are like that? I mean, I have the feeling in my heart, man, if this guy could only see what I'm seeing, it would change the way his family lives. I mean, how many people will agree with me that an extra $400, $800 a month will change the way people live? They may not make $10,000 a week or $20,000 a week or $30,000 a week, but $400 a month, I think anybody can do that. $800 a month, that's just 2 steps. Won't it change the way people live? I mean, it won't buy their hotels, it won't buy jet planes and yachts, but it'll pay gas bills, food bills, doctor's bills. That's how I feel about our business. Like, when he walks away, I'm like, wow, if only he could see what I see. And many, many times, I will go see that person again, simply out of compassion. I mean, God, you need this. Once you have that in your heart, then you become very effective with the way you present. Now that I can't teach you. That nobody can teach you. I have seen some people with really slick presentations. Oh man, they're pros. But there's no heart. When you present the business to someone, you present it with him in mind, not you. Not you. You're gonna make money. You're gonna make money. Remember, this is a get-rich-sure scheme. We all agree. You're gonna make money. Sooner or later, if you do this business day in, day out, consistently, with patience, improving as you go along, you will make money. That's a given. So when you present the business to someone, you present it with his heart, his family, his finances in mind, not yours. Because yours will come. You just have to be patient. Once you have that in your heart, you will become effective. Because I'm sure you have seen many slick presenters of many businesses that you don't, feel comfortable with. Because all you're seeing dollar signs in the guy's eyes when he presents. If you start getting to the point, and it'll come. Maybe some of you don't have it yet. Maybe you think we're being too idealistic. But for those, I'm sure the guys on the V team, Ronnie, Tony, Ranjit, I'm sure, Isa, where's Patman? Patman, Anan, I'm sure we all have that now. When people walk away, right Ranjit, Ronnie? Isn't it, wow, they don't know what they're missing. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that we cannot train. That has to come from you, and it will come. You will see, once you start enjoying the benefits of this business, you're going to want everybody to enjoy the same thing. Really. If you had a cure for AIDS, wouldn't you shout it out from every rooftop? Yes. Wouldn't you get on every TV station, every radio station? Wouldn't you contact every reporter to tell them about this cure? Well, most people have AIDS. Acquired income deficiency syndrome. And you have the cure. You just sit down with someone and say, hey man, with a little elbow grease, a little effort, a little training, it doesn't have to be that way. You can choose the school where your children go to. You can choose the vacation spots that you and your family go to. It doesn't have to be this way. This is the cure. Once you feel that way about our business, then you're going to be really good at presenting it. Even if you make 10 mistakes when you present. Because no matter what you say, people connect. People connect with your spirit. People connect with your heart. Anyway, that wasn't in the PowerPoint, so just please take the notes. Before you make a presentation, you dress comfortably. Yeah, when you go to make a presentation, you must dress comfortably. Now, when I say comfortably, okay, in a style of attire where both of you will feel comfortable. Okay? You don't have to come in a three-piece suit, you know, and the national dress of the country that you represent, you know. There are times where you will have to. When I was with this company once, and my dad's gonna laugh about this. I used to present the business in, you know, shorts, rubber shoes, you know, the Michael Jordan 4 or 5 or 6, okay, whatever the fad was at that time, and, you know, a Chicago Bulls t-shirt, okay, and my hair used to be this long. And it wasn't a wig, it was my hair. And I'd do my presentations dressed this way. I'd talk to people, and I'd do my trainings like this. Because what I wanted to project to people was, hey, you don't have to dress like this to make money in the business. I've learned since then that it helps if you dress up. But and you know what? I had so many people coming up to me, bankers, lawyers, you know, finance guys, coming up to me saying, man, I wish I could go to work dressed like that. And it's freedom. That's what I was trying to project. I have freedom. I can make money. I can feed my family. And I will only wear a suit when I want. Not because a boss tells me to wear. You see, I'm trying to say freedom. So that's what I'm saying. Dress in an attire where you're comfortable with, that'll give the impression that, hey, I'm an independent businessman. Right? I mean, if the guy says, hey, I'm going to be at the poolside, you know, for 2 hours, why don't you just come over and show me your business? You don't come dressed like this. You know what I'm saying? You dress up in, you know, Bermuda shorts, a t-shirt, sit down, show him the business or discuss with him. But on the other hand, if the guy's meeting you at the Shangri-La lobby, and if I'm coming out of a convention and, you know, the guy's dressed there, don't show up in Bermuda shorts, rubber shoes, and t-shirt. Because that guy's going to feel uncomfortable. See, so that's why I'm saying dress comfortably. I didn't say dress properly, because there is no proper dress code. It really depends who you're going to meet, where you're going to meet him. You have to speak clearly. When you do this business, make sure you get your message across, and one way to do that is speaking clearly. Okay? You don't want to go up to someone, hey, you know what, Harun, this business is so great, and you know why? Because when you do 5-5, you get a cycle, and this again. You don't want to talk like that to someone. Not too fast. Some people are saying, hey, that's how I present. And at the same time, you don't want to say, Harun, you know, here, 400. You don't want to treat the guy like an idiot. You don't want to go up to him and say, Harun, gold question. 5. You don't be so shy, so soft, nobody can, and the mouse can't even hear you anymore. But you don't want, Harun, you know what, in this, oh man, this is great, this bit. You don't want to completely blow him away with the volume of your voice. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You have to be cool. You have to, you know, Harun, you know, in this business, it's really good. You know, speaks at the right pace, not too soft, not too loud, not too fast, not too slow. Practice it. Practice makes perfect. Okay? If you're really, really serious about this business and really want to be a serious success, you might want to go to the music store where they sell these tapes, and, you know, they have these breathing exercises. You know, no, I'm serious. Because it helps, especially if you're going to be presenting a lot. It helps to breathe properly, because then you can make more. Do you ever have those days where you presented so much and you come, hi, Mom. Hi. Oh, so you're from Goldquest. How long have you been in the business? Just 2 days, and I've lost my voice. It helps if you breathe properly, you know, because also your voice sounds more pleasant. It also makes a difference, you know, I mean, no matter how good the business is, if the guy, you know, him and Goldquest, we would like to show you, you know what I'm saying? If your voice Sounds like a catfish. I mean, the guy's not going to want to listen to you. No matter how well you present the business, he's, okay, I'll buy a set, just shut up. It helps, if your voice is nice to listen to. Okay, so I'm not trying to make opera singers out of everybody here, but it helps. Just get some tapes, breathing exercise. It helps a lot. Okay, it helps a lot to speak clearly. Okay, correct volume, correct pace. Okay, as you speak, not too fast, not too slow. On some points, you might want to go a little bit faster. On some points, you might want to go a little bit slower. Just for the effect. Okay. Another thing is you must be relaxed. When you present the business to someone, you have to be very, very relaxed. Okay? In order to be relaxed, you should have practiced on your own. Right? Don't pick up a manual or don't come from a how to present seminar and then immediately go out and hope that you can present the business to people. I know, I've done that. The first company I ever joined, okay, I sat through the seminar. I'm going to do this. It was an MLM company. I signed up as a distributor. I came from the seminar. I went straight to my friend's house and attempted to present the business to her. Took 5 hours. We were screaming at each other, and she was teaching me, no, this plan says this. No, it's this. Of course, she didn't sign up. To this day, she's never joined me in any of my ventures. But I'm trying to say, don't do that. Practice first. Practice. The next day, I presented it to another friend. This time it was only 3 hours long. Then the next day, I'm serious. This is my actual first 4 days in the industry. The next day was only 2 hours long. The next day was only 1 hour, and this time I had an outline. I had notes. But see, the thing is, I wasted my practice on 3 of my friends. Practice on your own in the room. Just, some people practice with their children, No. I know a lady who practices with the cat. Because the cat doesn't object. It builds her confidence. I mean, whatever makes your boat float, okay? I mean, it builds her confidence, so for her, it's good. Do not do not attempt to make a business presentation the day after you hear about it. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Imagine the scenario. You hear a beautiful song today that you like so much. The song has a beautiful melody, great lyrics. The song hits you the song hits the right spot in your heart. Now, would you be able to sing the same song tomorrow? I mean, well. And yet, that's what many, many people try to do. That's what many, many people try to do. They hear the business once, and they think they're experts. Oh yeah, I've taken my notes. They come back 1 week later, this business doesn't work. You're never going to be able to explain it the next day. If you guys know this, make sure you pass this down to the new people in your organization. Okay, make sure you pass this down. Remember I was saying this last night. When somebody first comes in and joins this business, tell them, don't talk to anyone about it yet. Don't even mention the word Gold Quest. Really. Don't say anything. If you want to talk to your cousin or your brother or your friend, let me go with you. That is so important. Many, many people kill off their best prospects simply because they turn them off because they don't know how to explain it properly. Make sure you tell people, number 1 rule, shut up. You want to open your mouth, I come with you. Practice makes perfect. The more you've practiced, the more confident and relaxed you will be. The more relaxed and confident you are, the more effective your presentation will be. You You have to be relaxed. You have to be relaxed. Do you ever watch a singer who's nervous? Aren't you also like, you're nervous for him? No, correct? I know, I've been in both situations. Do you ever listen to a singer who's cracking all over the place? It's like you don't want to hear it. You pretend that he's not, because you're embarrassed for him. Right? It's the same thing is going to happen. If you're tense, the guy is going to get really tense. He's not going to be, relax. Just relax. And the only way you're going to do that is practice. Practice in your room. I practice in the car a lot. I don't have to practice now. Like I said, I know it like the back of my hand. Another thing you must practice are objections. Don't wait to hear an objection for the first time from the person you're presenting the business to. Come up with objections yourself and practice answering them. If you don't know the answer, go up to your leader. If he doesn't know the answer, bop him on the head. I don't know any other way to say it. If you have an organization under you, it is your responsibility to know the answers so that you can teach them. If he doesn't know, bop him on the head and go to his leader. If his leader doesn't know, bop him on the head too. But practice the objections. Okay? Answering objections will determine many times whether a person's going to join you or not. Okay, so practice. And the more you practice, the more relaxed you're going to be. One point to seriously consider is don't wait until you get to a point where you won't make mistakes. See, many people are not relaxed because they're afraid to make mistakes. Nobody likes to make mistakes. I don't like to make mistakes. Makes mistakes. Just made one. You see, I'm relaxed. I feel stupid, but I'm relaxed. Nobody likes to make mistakes. Nobody likes to make mistakes. Okay? But at the same time, don't be afraid of them. Okay? The more you practice, the less chance you have of making a mistake. However, that does not guarantee that you won't make mistakes. Don't wait for the time where you think you can give a perfect presentation with no mistakes. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I still make mistakes when I present. Ronnie, I'm sure, still makes mistakes. Tony, Ranjit, we all make mistakes. But see, the thing is, the person that you're presenting to, okay, does he know what you're going to say next? So how does he know if you've made a mistake? You guys know if what I'm going to say next. I don't know what I'm going to say next. Because I have a blank screen. If you make a mistake, okay, just say, oops, I'm sorry, I forgot that. How many have ever heard me make a presentation? How many in this room? About 2 or 3. Which is good, actually. Which means I've taught others how to present. Sati, how many times have you seen me during a training or a presentation say, oh yeah, I forgot to say, those are mistakes. Those are mistakes. Just relax. Okay, the person that you're talking to has never heard the plan before. He doesn't know if you're making a mistake. Just relax. If you make a mistake, say, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you earlier that the steps go this way. And then you continue and pick up where you left off. Just relax when you make a mistake. I've been in many, productions and stage plays where, we're all there, we're making mistakes with the dialogue. Sometimes we're making it up as we go on, the director screaming on the side. We've missed all our blocking, missed all our lines. And then at the end, the audience is clapping. We're like, wow, if they only knew. People are coming up, Joe, what a great play. Oh, what a... Yeah, we really blew that one royal. When I was singing before with the band, I used to sing and you practice a song the night before, okay, and then it's on the next day. And many times you forget the lyrics. And you can't have lyrics with you when you're on stage. And many times, we'd forget the whole song. So we make up lyrics on the way. The sky was blue this morning, and or sometimes you can't come up with lyrics, and people go, wow, ad lib, wow, improvise. But deep inside, yeah, we just forgot our lyrics. People come up after, Joe, great song, where'd you learn that? Yeah. Really, as long as you don't let it on that you're making mistakes, just, nobody will know. Just relax, okay? Make it seem like a, a casual thing, and go back and then explain the mistake and then proceed. Be confident with the fact that what you're presenting, that person needs. Okay, everybody needs financial freedom. Everybody needs it. Some people won't admit it, but they need it. Everybody would like to have an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month, correct? That's the compassion, that's the heart that I'm talking about. Once you're more concerned about his needs as opposed to yours, then you become very, very good at presenting the business. Finally, speak with enthusiasm and conviction. Okay? Many times, your conviction, your excitement will be what turns the tide. I mean, can you imagine going up to someone, come on, Jason, this business is, well, I don't know. I think it'll work. Sometimes I think, I don't know, but what, you want to give it a try? But if you stand behind the project, Jason, look at this. I know it's new to you, but I believe in it. I don't know about you, but I'm going to make my millions in this business. What, you want to try? Let's do it. I'll do it with you together. Many times it's your conviction, okay, that gives other people courage. Remember I was saying part of being a leader is inspiring? You have to inspire people, okay, to take steps that normally they wouldn't take. That's what leadership is. Okay, it's not going with the flow, it's not going with the crowd. Anybody can do that. Anybody can sit there and say, Jason, I think you're nuts. You're never going to make 20 grand a week or 30. I don't even think you're going to do one step a week. It takes no courage to do that. It takes courage, though, to look somebody in the face and say, I've been, in this rut for 10 years. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm burned out. I'm looking for something new. I think I have found it. Now, you want to take the plunge with me? Last night, we were supposed to show a film clip of Braveheart. How many have seen the movie Braveheart?
I've not seen it.
Oh, you got to see that movie. You got to see that movie. That's going to be a classic. Okay, it's about the war between Scotland and England, the war for independence. It speaks about their hero, William Wallace, played by Mel Gibson. Huh? Yeah, a lot of similarities with me, right? Hair, 2 eyes. But it's a fantastic movie. Really, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. About courage, about leadership by example. But anyway, there's one scene there. I mean, this film was made about a time, okay, when the English Empire was one of the most powerful empires in the world. Okay, their armies numbered hundreds of thousands and millions. And there was one particular scene where the Scots were fighting for freedom, okay, where these guys, the Scots, they're farmers. These guys are farmers. They had their stones and pickaxes and their scythes, those things that they, I could never pronounce that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Okay, that thing that goes like that, and okay. So here they are, and they're all ready to fight. Okay, there's thousands of them forming a line. I mean, those are the days when war was really war. Okay, which is another thing we saw in Gladiator. Okay, another good movie. Okay, but anyway, we talk about that later in another seminar. But anyway, so all these guys are all ready, and they're dirty. They have their scythes and their stones. Okay, and then you hear this rumbling. And over the hill, okay, the director always does this, over the hill. Okay, you never see them. Okay, all of a sudden, magically, 50,000 troops appear. Okay, and they're rumbling, and all of a sudden these guys are like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem to be such a good idea. They were outnumbered, I don't know, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, I don't remember, but they were greatly outnumbered. Okay, they were out-equipped. These guys had the best, these guys weren't farmers, these were professional soldiers, with swords, longbows, spears, horses. I mean, they had everything it took to totally annihilate the enemy. Okay, and these guys, all they had were their eyes, okay, and their stones. So anyway, these guys were like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe it's nicer to plant potatoes, okay, which is basically what they wanted to do. Some guy in the crowd says, hey, we don't really have to do this. Why don't we go home? And so they were actually turning back. They were walking away and going home. We wanted to show you this clip last night, but we couldn't get it to work. So I'm trying to narrate the whole thing today. But anyway, this William Wallace comes out on a horse. Gray on one side, blue on another. Long hair, had a sword here, no eyes for him. He had the proper sword. And he starts marching up and down, talking about freedom, barking, And he said something to the effect that, yes, you can go home, okay, but you're not going to die a free man. I'd rather die fighting for my freedom. Something to that effect. But his battle cry was freedom. And and anyway, bottom line, when he said charge, everybody charged with him. I mean, it's a magnificent scene. My hair is standing as I talk about it. It's magnificent. And see, the thing was, he was the first one who led the charge. He wasn't going, come on, freedom. Now you go, I'm going to watch you guys from this hill. No, he was the first one. And everybody charged. And as outnumbered as they were, I couldn't believe it. They beat the army. They beat the English army. It was absolutely magnificent. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is the courage of that one man, okay, inspired the others to do what otherwise they would not have done. They would have rather gone home and planted their potatoes with their eyes. See? But they went and fought. And they won. They beat these guys. Now I remember one line, okay, and this is very, very important as you make a presentation and do this business on a global basis. Where the Scottish prince, okay, the one who the English was trying to take his kingdom away, he was the heir to the throne. And he told Mel Gibson, Mr. William Wallace, he says, how do you do it? I have the rank, I have the title, I have nobility, I have the blue blood, but people don't follow me. And you're a farmer, and people follow you. And he looked at him and he said, as long as you talk about freedom, people will follow. And you must remember that. As long as you speak freedom to a person, there will always be people willing to follow you. Because many, many people are looking for freedom. In our particular scenario, it's financial freedom. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that money and having lots of it is a solution to all your problems. Okay, that's not how we are. All I'm trying to say here is when you have the proper finances, there's a certain aspect of your life where you don't have to worry about it anymore. I mean, let's face it. If you read the statistics on divorce, I think 85 or 80% of all divorces are primed because of financial troubles. But the husband and wife can't be. It's sad to see a marriage break apart simply because of financial pressures. So there is a certain kind of freedom-bearing a freedom-bearing stance that we must take. We represent something. It's not just money. Money can't buy happiness, but it sure helps. Those who say money can't buy happiness are not shopping in the right malls. No. My mom used to tell me when the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. No, I was just kidding. Anyway, speak with enthusiasm and conviction. Many, many times it's your spirit, it's your heart, it's your conviction, it's your excitement, it's your enthusiasm that's going to take, this guy's heart that has basically accepted his fate, so to speak, in life, and say, hey, maybe I don't have to be this way. I actually can have a chance at financial freedom. You have to somehow communicate this with your eyes, and you're not going to be able to communicate it if you don't feel it in here. In fact, If you are convinced in your heart that this is an opportunity that can benefit everyone concerned, then you show it when you present the business. You show it. Some people show it with their eyes. Some people show it excited, they spit in the guy's face. I frankly prefer the first one. Many people fail in their presentation because they're not convinced about the feasibility of the business themselves. You know what I'm saying? They come in, maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. What, you want to give it a try? In fact, their thought is, if I can get people to join me, then I believe it can work. Then I will believe it can work. Right? Let me try it first. Before I actually go out and purchase a coin and make an application for my TCO, I'm going to see first if other people will join me. How many were like that in the beginning? Some people almost raised their hand and they dropped it. You must believe first before you can make others believe. You have to believe in the business first. Then others will believe you. That's why the smart ones, quote